and ask for a roll.
Wait,
Here.
Sock, Hupkey,
Here.
Bryant, Franklin, Cooey, Griffith,
Here.
Mason,
Here.
Ronfelt.
Here.
And I ask for approval of the full agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second.
All commission members present voting in the affirmative. Motion carries.
And consideration of the approval of the minutes of the August 6th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please vote.
All commission members present voting in the affirmative. Motion carries.
And was there needed to be discussion on a certain condition of the resolution?
Yeah, if you guys would like, the applicant would like to discuss number 4. This came about between a discussion with he and I after subcommittee, so I didn't want to change what was presented at subcommittee to you all. He wanted to kind of talk about number 4 with the canopy trees in the terrace. He actually located kind of where water lines came in, sewer lines came in, and that sort of thing. So, Tom, if you want to kind of talk about that now.
Sure.
And I can bring up a map.
Hey guys, anyway, after discussing the corridor and stuff like that, I started getting a little more detail on that east side. What I found out is, so the terrace is about 70 foot long. And I measured off the north side, and where my sewer line comes out to the utility, it measures at 62 foot. Curb box measures 41 foot. Terrace is 19 foot wide. There's a sewer water main 7 foot off the curb. There's a storm right on the curb line. So my concerns as what I do for a living is plumbing and heating. We do a lot of sewer repair and stuff like that because the root bound on sewers and water lines and stuff. So my concern, I'm not fighting all the trees. I'm just fighting maybe 1 versus 2, because if you look at a 50-foot space for trees, we got a 70-foot terrace there. Be pretty tough to get 2 of them in there. I mean, north side is a possibility, but I want you guys to be aware there is a water main there, and that's 7 foot in, and that terrace is at 19. I can fuzz hair it in to the west, but as we all know, roots go towards water. So worst case scenario, 1 tree would be all right. The second tree I think is pretty active far as in the area where I would put it. So that was my thoughts and trying to get with you guys to see what you guys think.
I mean, with what you do, I understand tree roots and all that, and obviously the nightmare that they can be. So I mean, not necessarily opposed to it, I guess, but as long as you put it where it best should be.
Sure.
Okay. Away from away from the lines as long, as much as possible.
Yeah, the question would be is 2 versus 1, if you guys are adamant at 2, then so be it. But if you're not adamant to 2, I would be looking at 1 on the north side of that terrace area.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I appreciate you doing the research on that too before one gets put in and
Right.
does havoc to the plumbing there. So, yeah, it's okay.
On that
Okay
terrace,
by
I
me.
wouldn't be making no money, it'd be mine. So I did 10 years, 15 years from now, I don't want to have to dig it up. But again, utility, your water utility's right there. So that's concerning.
The other thing too, I don't know if you mentioned this, but there's a storm sewer.
Yeah, on the curb line.
Yep, on the curb line, kind of goes up at an angle.
Yeah, yeah.
With the trees, I can understand that, just fitting 1 tree in, but is there another alternative to, planting something else in there or putting something on the west side?
West side is
the-
alley.
Right.
Alleyway, if you're talking on the other side of the building. As far as decorations and stuff, I'm all about putting landscaping and stuff like that. Now, to put it in black and white, if that's what you guys need, then so be it. But I do have some plans of what for landscaping in that terrace to beautify the area.
I was just thought I'd bring that up to the planning commission here.
Sure.
I guess as far as along the alley, I know you're going to be doing some concrete work anyways. I didn't know if you'd be able to bring down a little bit of a island or something in the alleyway just to add a little more, add another tree or something like that. So that was just an idea. So.
Right, right.
Prior to reading this in, we're good with the one tree. Okay.
Is there certain species of trees that are not quite as invasive root-wise?
There is. Me and Val talked to that, having a taproot would go straight down.
Yeah.
But as we all know, what does trees go to? Whether taproot goes straight down, it goes to water. You know, and if it's a dry year, it's going to go to the water main. It's going to go to sewer main. It's going to go to the service.
Water mains really aren't an issue.
Isn't
Sewer can be, they tend to be less watertight. There's a joint there, but as sewers age, they can become less watertight. Water mains in general are pretty watertight. No, they're under high pressure. There shouldn't be any water down there around a water main that's gonna draw roots. Pine trees, I believe pine trees have very shallow roots. Their roots tend to go horizontal, not vertical. There's some vertical component to them, but I wouldn't be concerned about water. We got hundreds and thousands of trees on top of water mains in the city.
Hearing that, does that change discussion?
I think it's okay. Better to err on the side of caution. So, if he's done his research, that's fine. I mean, or at least putting one in there. If we want to put some shrubs, I don't know, but I feel like he's doing enough to beautify the property in general.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks, Tom.
Yep.
All right, reading this resolution, due to said findings, the planning commission hereby grants Tom Metro's Mechanical LLC a waiver from the 10-foot wide landscape strip continuous along the street frontage except for perpendicular crossways for driveways and utilities as set forth in section 27-280.27 subsection C and 6 of the Norfolk City Code as follows. The continuous landscape strip requirement along West Omaha Avenue may be reduced from 10 feet to 3 feet minimum or larger to the width so a standard box truck may drive safely through the space. The landscape strip will be enlarged to the minimum 10-foot width or larger in the northeast and northwest corners to accommodate the required landscape materials such as trees and shrubs as shown on the plan. The northeast corner shown on the plan will be adjusted to be enlarged to connect the southern point of green space along South 3rd Street northwesterly to fill in the triangular area with green space, so that the standard box truck turning movement may still occur and no other landscape strip along South 3rd Street, shown on the plan, south to the driveway will be necessary. A minimum of one canopy tree, as amended and via discussion, shall be planted in the large terrace of South 3rd Street. The terrace will be maintained with grass and trees to offset the allowance of the reduced minimum green space on the property due to hardships. Take a motion.
Make a motion to consider resolution number 2024 PC4, approving a waiver of highway corridor overlay district requirements on property addressed as 1300 South 3rd Street.
Second that motion.
Motion and a second. Please vote.
All agency members present voting in the affirmative, Resolution 2024 PC-4 is adopted.
And the July 2024 building report. Val?
Okay, it seemed to have been a kind of a slow July. So we have 2 new single-family detached. We are ahead, 46 this year, 28 last year. No new duplexes, so we still have 1 as of this year, 21 last year. No new multifamily. We had 1 at 30 units come in this year. We had 2 at 44 units last year. No new single-family attached, so we're at 4 this year, 10 last year. And we are still about 254 million less than last year for the total valuation. We need to get some more industrial in here.
Such a big number. Any other open topics or concerns? Take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.